my name is Kat, or the Free Librarian, and welcome back to a new video. I wanted to open this vlog now, even though I haven't really read a ton since I've ended the vlog, or the previous vlog. But I just wanted to talk to you about what I'm currently reading, what my plans are, and just start this vlog. So, I'm still reading Stars Above by Marissa Meyer, the short story collection that is with the Lunar Chronicles. I think I'm gonna take a little break from this and then maybe like get back to it later in this vlog, but like I need a few days off from this collection, I think, so I'm gonna do that. I'm also reading Whispering Rock by Robyn Carr. I'm slowly chipping away at this. It's like a fun little thing in between. It's at this point not as feel good as the other two were, but that's just because it's like very early on and like the inciting incident has just happened, which, you know, we have a discussions, trigger warnings for essay. It doesn't happen on page, but it is mentioned, and we sort of see the after effects from that, which is very much where we're at now. So I expect it to become more of what the previous two books were, but at this point I'm not, like, it's not there yet, and so I don't want to read too much of it at a time, because, you know, it's heavy subject matter. So, but I'll continue reading this slowly but surely, and then we'll get to happier times, I hope. Then I am planning to start The Bone Shard Emperor by Andrea Stewart, which is the sequel to The Bone Shard Daughter. I loved the first book, and so yeah, I want to know how the story continues. I think it left off in a very interesting spot, and there's some mystery that still need to be uncovered, so I hope we're gonna get that here. I'm also thinking of starting one of these two, either Cytonic by Sanderson, the third book in the Skyward series. The fourth book comes out this month, so I'm caught up, and then I can start that one. So yeah, maybe I want to start this one, or maybe I want to start Jade Legacy by Fauna Lee, the third and final book in the Green Moon Saga. There is a buddy read, or a read along, I should say, over at Tori's channel from Tori Talks. And so November is Jade Legacy, and it's quite chunky, so I should probably start in time. It's like 700 pages. So maybe I should get started on this. So I might start it this week. But I don't know, I'm also feeling this one, so we'll see what I do and what I'll get read. I'll also maybe read a comic this week, because I'm finally feeling one, but who knows. That's the update. Welcome to the vlog again, and I will talk to you once I've actually read one of these. Bye. Hi. It's Sunday evening already, and I have an update on Whispering Rock, because I got really hooked by this over the weekend, and I'm at 2/3, roughly. I'm loving this again. This is this is such a comfort series, even if it deals with heavier topics. And this book is definitely like heavier and more serious than the other two. It's not like the other really like feel good and good time, even if difficult topics were happening. This one is more like heavy in tone. Um, but it's still just, I love these characters. I love this town, and so it feels comfortable and cozy. What's funny about this book is if you read the back description, you get like pretty much only the romance between Mike and Bree. And while that is definitely a part of the book, I don't think it's the most important part of the book. This book heavily deals with SA, so trigger warning. And while that happens to Bree and their romance builds because Mike wants to like be there for her, and Bree feels very safe with Mike afterwards, and that's how like their romance builds, and they both find healing from what had happened to them because Mike also had things happening to him in the second book. Like while it is definitely in here, and that is definitely part of that theme, there is so much more going on to do with that, and so I think like the back description is a little bit misleading on that front. This is the least romance heavy out of the ones so far, because while in the other two books there was also other stuff going on than the main romance, when I think about those, it's still like the romance that's at the center and other stuff is happening as well, while this one is a bunch of stuff is happening and there's also a romance. Also, it is steamier than the other two. Like, the other two are fairly, like, they're not very steamy. They were pretty clean. This one is, there have been like 2 scenes so far. So that could be a positive or a negative for you. So yeah, it's a little bit different than the previous 2 installments. It's not my favorite so far, but I'm still really, really enjoying it. And like, as you can see, I'm already this far. I'm flying through. I was not this far when I started this vlog. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this. Tonight I will probably get more reading done because Matt over at Matt on Books does this live show on his channel every Sunday that anyone can join, as in like a join on screen, whether you're like an author, a booktuber, or just a watcher. Anyone can join. Like in his Discord, he always posts a link, and if you want, you can go. And I plan on doing that tonight. But he has said that he got really hooked in the book that he's reading, so he's probably gonna do like turn into like reading sprints or something. So then I will get some reading done. I'm not sure what I want to read yet because I haven't read any stories in Stars Above since we last talked, so maybe I want to read one of those. Maybe I want to continue with Spring Rock because I'm really loving it. Maybe I want to continue the Bunchard Emperor because I'm like on page 30, if that. So I want to make some progress in it. And also, I low-key want to start Jade Legacy. So those are 4 possibilities. I'm not sure yet. You'll hear it when I get back to you. So see you then. Bye. Hi, it's Wednesday, so let's do a last update and wrap up the vlog, shall we? So I've been reading 3 books this week. First, Whispering Rock by Robyn Carr. I'm really loving this. I am about 2/3 of the way through. I expect to finish this next week, or in the next vlog, I should say, because it's the middle of the week technically. Yeah, I'm loving this. It is, as I already said, not as romance heavy as the previous ones, even though like the back description does only talk about the romance, and I think that's a little bit misleading. So know that this is just like a contemporary story about a bunch of other stuff that also happens to have a romance, but it's not at all the focus of the story. Even less so than in the previous books. Also, a lot of the romance happens off page, which makes it feel like very quickly, or like that it happened very quickly. Because like if you're having a romance plot in your book, usually like a lot happens on page and we get to see them getting to know each other better. While here that is not the case. They've been having lunch together many times, which we've been told after the fact, but we don't actually see it. So yeah, that's the thing to keep in mind. It is not at all a romance book, less so than the previous ones, but I am really enjoying it. And I'll probably finish this in the next vlog, I hope. I have also been reading The Winter Emperor, but I'm not that far into it. So I don't have much thoughts yet. I will definitely try and focus more on this one next week once I finished Whispering Rock, and this will be my primary focus. Because I really love the first book and I want to know how the story continues because it left off in a very interesting place, but I can't really tell you much. There's still a lot of mysteries unanswered. So I'm curious to see how that goes. And the third book I've been reading this week is Stars Above by Marissa Meyer. I have read 2 more short stories since we last spoke. So the first one was about winter, and I really loved that one as well. How do I say this without spoiling so in the main series, part of Winter's backstory is that at some point she took a decision, like a moral decision, that had huge impact on her life. And the story is about her making that decision and like how it happened, why it happened, and like the impact sort of unfolding. But we really get the full context of how that happened, because in the main series we only know that it happened, but we don't get the full context, and it was quite like hard hitting. There's some content warnings there. So look those up if you need them. But yeah, I liked it because while it is something that like we know that she made this decision, but we're learning new stuff, and it sort of seems more impactful knowing things that we know now. And just like I gained a really great respect for Winter, even more so than I already had, because I really loved her. Like she and Cruz are my favorite characters, in this series. But yeah, I even got more respect for her, and she's actually a really strong character, which she may not seem at first glance. And the other story that I read is from a perspective, it's the only story so far that is not told from a perspective of a character that we already knew. It's a completely separate story. Like, there's a little cameo from Cinder, but that's it. And I really like that. That's like, in fact, that's what I thought that this collection would be, like just other stories in this world. And I liked it. It was about this android who got like more human feelings and stuff, and so she like wanted to be like, she developed feelings and she wanted to do more than just be an android, I guess. Um, yeah, I don't know how to properly explain it, but I thought it was a really nice story. The ending was so sad, but also so beautiful. So I really liked it. So like definitely like the past few stories have been better than the first like two or so. So yeah, I'm starting to like this collection more. I have two more stories to go. So I think the next one is a really short one, so I'll just read that tonight, and then the last one tomorrow, and then this collection will be finished as well. But that'll be something for the next video because I'm gonna end it here. So I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you again in another video. Bye.